everyone, this is Jennifer from the West Deptford Free Public Library here with our June book page project. Our June book page is a 4th of July garland. We're making it in June for the 4th of July. You're gonna get this kit. It has everything you need except scissors, glue stick, and hole punch. It's gonna have your supplies in it. Let's get started. You're going to get book pages. Here's your template. You're going to cut out your template, your flag template, and your star template. You're going to have 9 book pages. You can put 4 and 5 together and cut them out that way to save time. You can cut them out individually however you want. I'm going to trace this. You're going to want to make sure you're going to pick the side that you want to trace on. These both sides have many words, so we're good either way. You want to make sure it's over the words. You don't want to cut it at the top and then the top of your flag will be bare. You want to try to measure it between the words. It's going to go off a little bit on the sides. That's not a big deal. Then you're going to trace. Make sure when you're tracing you take your time and you hold the template down tightly so it doesn't shift. You're not, after you cut it out, you're not going to use the side that you traced on because the pencil is on that side. I'm going to cut out 3 pages together. The pages are thin, so they're easy to cut in a group. You're just going to cut out your triangle. It's not a perfect triangle, but you're going to cut it out. Hold the pages tightly so they don't shift. And because I traced on this side, I'm going to turn it over and make sure this is my front. I don't want you to be able to see the pencil. This is my front, so turn it over right away. I have 3 here. You need 9. I already cut out the rest over here. I'm going to put that aside for now. Then you're going to trace 3 different color stars. The blue, the red I've already done, and the white. So you're going to trace on the end because you need room for 2 more. You trace once and cut once. So same thing, you're going to want to hold it tightly, take your time. You want to use pencil so you can erase mistakes if necessary. See, it just shifted. I'm going to slide it back. And fix this little corner. And I'm just going to cut it once. So I'm going to cut it. Just make sure these are lined up. The back one is, back 2 are a little bigger. Just make sure you have enough room underneath, the pieces underneath, so it covers each edge. And I'm just gonna hold it tightly and I'm gonna cut 3 out at once. So then you only have to cut each star once. And again, like the book page, you don't want to use the pencil side up. You want to make sure that part gets glued down on the bunting or the garland or the flag, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it a garland. I'm holding it tight with my thumb. Make sure it doesn't, I just want it to shift on me. So if you want to flip that over, yeah, these are a little too long. I'm just going to trim it down a little. It's your garland, you can do whatever you want with it. And there's the stars. You have 3 of each star. We're gonna glue these on. I'm gonna do red, white, blue, red, white, blue, red, white, blue for our flag, our American flag. Now, these I already have the holes in them. You can do that first if you want. Use your hole punch. You can have 3 at a time if you want, or do them separately, whatever you prefer. Just make sure you don't go too close to the corners. If you go too close, it could rip because you're going to string these. So I'm going to go down just a little. See how there's room on the top and the side. You don't want it too close to the edge. So now I'm going to glue the stars. I'm using a glue stick. I find this to be the easiest thing to use. You can use Elmer's if you want to. You want to put a piece of scrap paper underneath because you're going to put glue all over the stars before you put them on the flags. I'm going to start with the red. You want to get glue on the entire back side. And I'm going off of the star onto the scrap paper. I want every piece covered or it will pull up. And then you just position it wherever you want it on the flag. I have a little bit of glue on here. It'll dry, but I'm just going to wipe the excess off. So you need 3 red, 3 white, 3 blue. So for the next red, I'm going to put it in a different spot because if I put it in the same spot, the non-glue side will get that glue on it. So I'm going to put it in a different spot from where I did my first star. You want to be conscious of that. It's not the end of the world if you don't. You can just kind of wipe it off with your finger or a paper towel. But I find this a little easier to do. Like I said, you can center it towards the top, towards the bottom, however you want to do it. And these dry in no time. Now I'm going to do down the bottom. This is the one that had the pencil mark on it. So I'm going to put the glue on the pencil mark side. See, this one's sticking up a little bit. That's why you want to make sure you get glue all over the back and make sure you push it down. Now this side has a lot of glue on it, so I'm gonna flip that to the inside and then put the glue on these. This is my pencil mark, so I'm gonna put the glue on that side. Has that little piece I want to trim. Okay. I'm gonna fold this again so I don't get the glue on the pretty side of the star. I like the book pages for this because it looks a little bit rustic. Like this corner I didn't get enough on. So I'm gonna push it down. Put a little more and push it down. Now I checked it and I found that the pencil was on that side, so I switched it over. This one got a little glue on the front. Just gonna wipe it off, it'll dry. You don't want any chunks of glue. So now, let them dry for a little bit. Like I said, they dry very quickly. Red, white, blue, red, white, blue, red, white, blue. Now we're going to put the string on it. Actually, I'm going to go backwards. Because I'm right-handed, it makes it easier for me to do it backwards. So I'll do blue, white, red, but when I hang it, it'll be in the right order, just like you see it here. So I'm going to put it, push it through to the back, and then bring it through to the front. That's my preference. You could do it the other way if you want to see the string in front, whichever you prefer. And when you're pulling it, you want to pull it gently. I have my finger on the back, kind of monitoring the string. Just don't want to pull too hard because it could rip. You can space them out a little bit between, and then once they're on, you can move it back and forth to line it up how you want it. As you're doing it, sometimes the edge will get frayed. You can either trim it off. I did that backwards. You could trim off the little bit of edge. Just don't take a lot off because there is extra of the string for you. Gave you a long piece. But you can even just do it where you do it like this, where you kind of push past the edge on and pull it through. I'm keeping my hand against the string to make sure it stays smooth and doesn't pull too hard. We're getting there. Our grab and go project is also 4th of July related. It's a seashell flag. That's another fun one that will be out soon. And have a video for that as well. Sorry if I'm going off the camera here. These are just about dry, so they can kind of be on top of each other. I would give it more time before you actually would leave them in a pile on top of each other. Want them to be really dry before you do that. I'm just doing it for a minute so it won't hurt anything. And that's what's nice about the glue stick, you don't really have to wait for it to dry. And here is our book page garland for the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Thanks for watching.